the stream. I just didn't want to get anyone cut off because I'm importing directly from here now. Okay, we're good. Happy 4th, I guess, to who's ever watching in the States.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep. So that's fun. So forgive us for any large booms you hear in the background. We do our best, but, you know, some are louder than others.
Yeah, occasional is going off, but since I'm in the middle of nowhere, not often.
I'm sure it'll get worse. I'm sure it'll get worse for me as the night gets darker and people actually start setting stuff off.
And they're going off, but the area I live in also does fireworks for every town around us at different days, so there might not be too many.
I guess the laws where I am is you can do it 2 days before, the day of, and 2 days after. Which is dumb. We don't need that many fireworks.
No one does.
I don't think any of us here are a fan of them.
Yeah, no. Not really.
They're cool. They're cool for kids, and they're cool like twice at most.
Like, I guess I don't mind watching them from a very far distance. But, oh no,
the history and science behind fireworks is really, really cool. And I don't mind watching them like on TV or anything like that. But you know, with my hearing issues, the loud bassy booms just don't sit well with me.
I just don't like loud noises. There's reasons. I just don't like those sharp, loud, sudden noises.
My problem isn't even like the loud noises. It's I don't like just random people doing fireworks in the middle of nowhere. Professional shows, sure, I'll go see those. I'll watch those. I'll enjoy those. I don't like assholes out in the middle of the street shooting off fireworks, setting fires.
And, oh yeah, no, that doesn't need to happen in suburbs.
Yeah.
There was
or out in the middle of the country.
There was one 4th of July. Somebody had gone up to whatever state it was and got like the stick fireworks that like you can hold. I almost launched one of them into the dumpster of the apartment complex I was at.
When I was younger, my dad set himself on fire multiple times. It was good times. I have a very specific memory of this happening, too.
It also doesn't help that my dogs don't like it.
Yeah, Zev is actually hiding under the bed right now, but she's not acting scared, so I'm not quite sure. But I gave her her bowl of frozen food, so she's all happy and content.
Big Dum Dum with the eye issue is currently like hiding in his cage with a blanket over top of it, and it's a very large cage, so I've got a king size sheet over it.
Yeah, how's he doing?
I don't know. His eye's still not right.
That's not good.
Yeah. And then I have Dumb Dog that already has aggression problems. It's hiding in the smallest space you can find.
Yeah.
You go near it and you just hear... Rrr.
That's not fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just put a blanket over that and told the kids don't go near her.
Yeah.
That's all I can do. And then we have Small Dog that is hiding underneath pillows. And then the last dog is... he's fine. He just wants to sit in his cage. It's either he's outside or he's in his cage. He doesn't like to be outside of his cage for whatever reason.
Yeah, some dogs just...
You have a very hectic household.
Yeah. Then, of course, this one cat and that one cat that was up here.
Are there the two
They could
hiding
care
away?
less. One is actually not. The one that you would think is hiding isn't. Large cat that loves everybody is currently hiding.
So Fluff Sombra is the one that's active.
Yeah, I don't understand how that has happened, but yeah.
Nice. All right.
There we go. Now I'm not laggy.
Oh, cool. Oh, wow. Nexus is horribly so.
Am I?
Yes. Like your whole screen looked like a Minecraft pixelation.
Oh no. Am I okay now?
It's not. It's been like every game that you've been in. But it's real bad tonight.
There's a lot of people in the house tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Not the biggest deal in the world. Just so you know. So, is there questions or anything that you guys would like to get out of the way before we start?
I think I'm set.
As am I.
Okay. So, I will give a little bit of preamble to this. So, your guys' characters have already been contacted and hired. Oh, first, we are doing a one-shot based in Detroit currently for the Blood and Hope Detroit game. But your guys' characters have already been contacted. You were told to meet Sylvia. So that is where we will start. You don't know too much about what you were hired to do, other than it was to retrieve some things, but you are getting paid generously to do so. If you chose to be mercenaries. If not, we have talked about it privately. So, let's... Oh, I need to fix something. I thought I had things right. That's cool. You know what? We'll just... I don't want to do that. Yeah, it'll just take a second for me to fix something. And then I'll just see on camera how I'm fixing it. Oh well. Ah! Nope.
She's doing the trigger warning because World of Darkness stuff.
Yeah, please do that.
Yes, so I got it.
Thank you.
While Faye is doing phase things. This is World of Darkness. If anything that we run across here bothers you personally, or whether it be physically, mentally, or emotionally, please take a step away if you feel like you need it, and then come back when you can, if you feel like you can. Your mental health is way more important than anything here.
Yeah, sorry everyone that you get to watch that.
No, it's fine.
I see on my end.
Yeah, that's how I do the stuff, apparently. Cool. All right, so if you guys want to introduce your characters, I am Feyla. I will be the storyteller for this evening. I will also be playing Sylvia. Joining me, we have Buttons.
Hi, everybody. Normally, I will be playing everyone's favorite Tremere. However, tonight I will be playing Joanna Jo Weber, the Ministry lackey.
And then we have Nexus playing...
I am playing Alistair, the Toreador.
Nenavar playing...
Normally I play William, but tonight I'll be playing Zep, the Thin Blood Mercenary.
And Dengle.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be playing Rufus. I will be playing Hush, tonight. So,
Yes, this is where Hush went after he got on the plane. But he did. He had his conversation with Tori and then headed to Detroit. So, we begin at a bar. It's very nice looking. Like very ornate, very high class looking. And Sylvia and Hush will be sitting at a table. Got what I described. What is going on? Don't do that. I had to fix one more thing. Okay. So, Dengle, if you would like to describe Hush.
Hush is a rather tall, lanky individual. They do not have any hair, except for just their eyebrows. They are, frankly, creepy. They've got very dark colored eyes. They're very pale in complexion. And tonight they would probably be wearing nicer get up, not a suit, but a nicer pair of pants and a button down. Nothing that will make them stand out so much.
So Sylvia is a little bit on the more copper skin tone. Brown hair, kind of in a bob. And then she's also dressed relatively nicely, like an off-the-shoulder blouse. And kind of a floral-ish pattern to the pants. And then has a tattoo of a snake skeleton across her chest. She'd be sitting at the table with Hush. And each of you would be either entering or already there. So if you have descriptions for your characters in mind, feel free to give them.
So Zep is a clean-shaven guy. He's got a square jaw, kind of impossibly squarish. There's a possibility of Zemitzi influence with that. He's got very short hair and a blood red crescent moon on his hand. And he's actually kind of looks more like a ghoul rather than a kindred.
Alistair is like 6'2", fair complexion, in like a deep red poet shirt and some chino pants with like cherry wood Doc Martens on, medium length hair up in a man bun.
And then Joe?
So Joe is a woman of average height, pretty average complexion. One would not think she would stand out in a crowd much. However, despite being relatively plain looking, she does carry herself with this very sturdy, self-assured manner. And that seems to draw people to her. But otherwise, she has pale skin with pretty typical chestnut brown hair slicked back into a low ponytail, and is wearing a deep V-neck, solid black romper, and what looks like a pair of slightly worn Chuck Taylors.
Okay. So Sylvia and Hush are beginning to discuss, and each of you sit at the table. Hello. I'm so glad you guys could make it.
Glad to be here.
It's an honor and a pleasure.
An honor. That's tall words there. So, I know you guys weren't told much about what's happening. Basically going to be running a heist. Hopefully that's not a problem for you.
Not at all.
As long as I don't get too dirty, it shouldn't be a problem.
We'll see what happens, I suppose.
I do what I need to do. This is what we need to do. This is what we'll do.
Lovely. So there's already a ride for us. Does anyone have questions before we go? I'll debrief a little bit more in the vehicle, but anyone have questions here?
Who are we stealing from?
That will be talked about in a little bit.
Is there anything you recommend we have on hand in particular?
The means of defense? I'm honestly not sure what we could run into.
Wonderful.
I'm covered in that regard.
One more time?
I'm covered in that regard.
Well, that's good. Shall we get going then?
Let's go.
So.
And she will lead you guys out. And you are led kind of around the back, and there's a nice vehicle. Not quite stretch, but it'll definitely fit everyone with ease. And it is more of a van. And there
You there.
is someone driving on the front.
You there. And Alistair's going to point to Hush. You haven't said much.
I know.
He doesn't
need to.
They don't talk much.
Kindred of choice words. I like it.
So all of you pile into the vehicle, and you're driving for a few minutes before she starts speaking. So if there's anything you'd like to do as you get in, let me know.
Hush will, when they get in, probably last, to be honest with you, produce a couple small packs from underneath their pant legs and out of their pockets. Checks that a lockpick set is there. Make sure that they have a couple small knives that pulls out of holsters from the bottom of their legs. Make sure that they're in good condition. As well as a small caliber revolver as well. Make sure that it's fully loaded. Does not, however, seem to have a reload for it.
Okay. Everything checks out there. I assume he keeps his stuff. They keep their stuff in pretty good condition.
Immaculate. Yes.
Anyone else have prep they want to do?
Alistair is going to lift up his poet shirt a little bit and check to see that his little gun, low caliber gun, is there with a few clips ever just in case, and a fancy switchblade.
Okay. Everything's good there.
Zip is going to do much the same. He is also going to have a pistol, probably about 9mm. He's also going to be bringing a knife. And yeah, that's about it.
Let's see. I don't think Jo would have too much to prep. She's not much of a fighter, but she does have a little bit of sneaky in her, so she'd be sure to bring her lockpicking set and a small caliber firearm just for personal safety.
Sounds good. So, as you guys are starting to drive, and the roads are a little bit rough, so there's some potholes to be hit. Celia starts talking. All right, so the reason we couldn't talk about this before was that we are going to be absconding with some stuff from the Tremere.
Kind of stuff.
Books mainly, whatever they have in their basement. And she'll pull out a map, and it kind of details. It's a rough sketch of a floor plan, so it doesn't look like they were able to get a bunch of information about like what the Tremere have done with it. So you have the regular prints of the actual DIA. That's fine, and then the rough sketches are what could be underneath. So you guys will have the advantage of knowing where to go.
This is playing with fire. Stealing from the Tremere is never well advised.
Quite
Right.
literally, depending on who's around.
Right,
It's
that's
fine.
why you were hired.
Wonderful. Do we have a specific target, or are we just grabbing and going?
There are a couple of things that I was told to look for. But first, we just need to get there.
Is our reimbursement going to be impacted if we are impeded from getting these specific targets?
Depends. If other things are gotten, perhaps not. There's a couple named books that I will be looking for.
Are we aware of how many Tremere frequent this little library of theirs?
Well, there is typically a good handful there. However, there will be a distraction tonight, which is why we're doing this and taking advantage of it. The Sabbat are planning on doing some stuff there, so there's a potential of us running into that, but we are going to be using that as the distraction so we don't have to deal with, hopefully, any Tremere.
I see. Are we sure that's wise? I don't know how I feel about being lumped in with the sabbat.
Well, it's not like they know who you are. You're not exactly from the area.
And how did you get the information the Sabbat were doing something?
There are questions that you just don't ask. It is from a trusted source, and that's really all you need to know.
Will there be any issues if we are forced to dispatch of any of them?
Nope, that's why we're using the Sabbat as the distraction. Hopefully they just think that they turned on each other, or there was issues, or one thing or another. As long as we aren't seen, then the driver's going to be taking care of some of the cameras, so won't have to worry about that.
Wonderful. That answered my next question.
Yes, they will be able to take care of that quite readily.
If need be, is putting someone to the final death applicable?
I mean, I don't care what you do. Again, this is why it's a sabbat thing. You're just going to be wreaking havoc. Ideally, we don't cause too much of a stir, but They'll be lumped in with them if anything does happen.
Well, I'm about as satisfied can be with this.
I'll be more satisfied once I get compensated.
Right. You were paid some upfront to guarantee you were being here, so we have some already. Any questions from what?
I do nothing half-assed.
Well, good. Then you should be well compensated. Any questions from you, Zep?
I'm ready to get started.
Lovely. Should just be another minute or two before we get there. Unless you had anything to add, Hush?
Regarding any issues we might run into, the easiest route is going to be the preferred route. If it's easier to make them never talk again, do that. Just word of the wise, especially in this line of business.
Well said. And within a couple of minutes, you were able to see the building. And you guys are pulling around the back. And the driver parks. They do pull out a laptop and start clicking away very quickly at it. Sylvia just kind of waits for a minute as they are doing what they're doing. And I'm going to make a roll. Oh,
While you're rolling, can I activate Sense the Unseen?
sure. Go ahead and give me, what is it? Wits awareness and Auspex.
That is 3 successes.
Okay. So in your immediate line of sight, there is nothing. Just looks like an empty street. Not quite a back alley because it's an open area or anything like that, but that's kind of what it's leaning towards looking like. And then after another less than a minute, the person who's up front just kind of gives a thumbs up and sets the laptop on the seat so they can watch it. Sylvia will. All right, it is time to go. The door should just be open on this side now. And she will open the door and step out.
But will immediately follow behind her.
Joe will follow.
So will Alistair.
Okay.
And then last out is Hush and give a pat to the driver. Said, good job.
He'll just, nervously shake his head. So then Sylvia. Right, I haven't broken into too many places, but I assume we want to move a little bit quietly, right?
Naturally.
That'd be preferred.
So you can all give me your stealth rolls. Dex and stealth.
3.
3.
Also 3.
Okay.
4.
All right, good to know. Good to know. So, Sylvia will kind of hang back a little bit. I am not the most physically inclined. Is anyone wanting to take the lead here?
I'll take it.
So, Zep starts forward. You rolled a 3.
Yes.
Okay. So you do get the door open, and it opens without any resistance. It does look like it should be locked from the outside. It doesn't look like you should be able to enter it, but whatever that person did in the vehicle, set it to where you can get in. So you enter, and it is a large open hallway, and it's very nice looking. There is like a stone floor, marble or granite or something like that. And it goes up the walls and everything. Just very, very nice looking. And you are at a T hallway. And you know both of these both of these hallways will eventually lead you to where you need to go. So which way would you like to go first? As a group, or just Zep?
I say we go left.
I was thinking right myself.
Rock, paper, scissors. No.
Flipping a coin might be better.
And oh no, I'm not. I don't really have much stealth stuff, so I can't really peek around corners.
I mean, you can certainly try. It is a long hallway, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I just go right, I guess.
Right, it is.
Whatever you guys want to do. I'm just kind of here to make sure things get got. So, everyone starts heading to the right. You continue for a ways. Do you reach the end of the hallway? And please give me what's an awareness.
I got 0. I rolled real good.
I'm using a willpower to reroll.
So am I.
Burning another one. Can I burn multiple in the scene?
You cannot re-roll, or no, as long as you're not re-rolling red dice, you can burn multiple.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit with the 4 I got.
Okay.
And call it good.
1 success after burning 2 willpower.
Okay. Zep, you said you got 3? Okay.
Good.
So, no one hears anything. It seems to be quiet. Nothing's echoing off the walls. You've gotten towards the end of the hallway, and it has a corner where you round and it opens up. What would you like to do?
Take a peek around, see if anyone's kind of lurking.
I'm gonna activate Fleetlessness. That is a skull on the rouse check.
Okay, that doesn't...
Okay.
Rouse check is either pass or fail.
Okay.
Only got one, by the way.
What were you rolling? You were rolling with an awareness?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and then you were doing what? Fleetness?
Yeah. And does the skull count as a failure?
Yes. So
Okay.
what were you doing with fleetness? What were you trying to add to it?
Oh, I'm just gonna try like stealthing again, and because that adds to my dexterity pool.
Okay. Right, that's why I was asking, like, what were you trying to reroll with?
Yeah.
Okay, so waiting for that one real fast.
My new stealth is 6.
Okay. So you're a ghost right now, basically. So as you Zep, as you lean around to check, you do not see anyone immediately. You rolled a 1 and a 3 on your stealth.
Yes.
Okay. So you don't see anyone. There's no one in the hallway, there's no one in the immediate area, but what you do see is that this area kind of opens up. It's not an entrance way, but it probably leads into one of the exhibits or something. Because there's artwork, there's things blocking views. Kind of looks like armor and things like that, so probably some sort of medieval exhibit or something. And past this open area is a more like stylized cathedral type thing. And it's decked out in brick and very narrow entrances and all of that. And then off to the others, to the right, is going to be more open area.
Start moving forward.
Okay, are you moving to the right or straight across? Couple dozen feet across, but even longer to the right.
That's short way.
Okay, so straight across. After, are you waiting for everyone? How far do you want to go? How quick do you want to go? Are you still trying to stay quiet?
Still going to be trying to stay quiet, but we'll move up a little bit and wait for everyone else to catch up.
Okay, so you're waiting at the hallway, basically.
Yes.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
I'm following behind, but stealthily.
Okay.
Asha's following right behind.
Joe will follow and try and keep an eye out to make sure there's nobody following us.
Okay. So you can, as you come up to this open area, you can give me what's an awareness as well. And then Sylvia is bringing up the back.
Okay, not bad. 5 successes.
Okay. So we'll get to you in a moment. Is anyone else doing what's an awareness?
I got 2 this time.
Okay.
I got 4.
Okay. So, Joe, you are the only one who gets to hear this. You hear faint footsteps that are coming closer. And they are coming from the right.
I will quickly hiss at the others that someone's coming.
So you guys are roughly midway across. What would you like to do?
Hush will focus in on hearing on heightened senses, and we'll try to discern which way.
Okay. So that allows you a reroll.
Zep is going to duck down behind something, make sure that he's not seen.
So with being halfway across the middle, there isn't too much to hide behind. They're more kind of tucked off to the exits. This looks like it's a large walkway.
So I got 7 with a messy crit.
Okay. I forget what the ministry messy crit does. So you'll have to remind me about that. But you do hear something. You hear the footsteps are coming towards you. It doesn't sound close enough to have potentially seen you guys yet, but they are coming closer.
I want to go back into the room we just were in and like hide somewhere there.
Okay, so you're rushing back across the room.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me Dex and Athletics. Nen, I want you to give me Dex and Stealth.
Would Cat's Grace come into play with this?
No, because you're not walking across ledges or wires or anything like that. This isn't to keep your balance. This is how fast you are running.
4 successes.
Okay.
And when everything resolves, I'll let you know what the compulsion is
Okay.
specifically.
What is Joe doing?
3.
Joe is going to. She's gonna see if she can how much more distance she can cross before that other person shows up.
Okay, so you're going across the room. Alistair's heading back. Go ahead and give me Dex and Athletics. So, Zep, you are able to... Do you want to move forward or backwards?
Forwards.
Okay. So you do manage to get behind something.
I got 3.
You make it most of the way across. You were already about halfway there. At this point in time, you don't really have time to duck behind anything because you're more focused on how quickly you could get over there. And then you rolled what, Nexus?
3.
Okay. So you make it back to the entrance because you were just under halfway across. And then is Hush just standing in the middle?
So it is transgression.
Okay.
That is the compulsion. Set teaches that everyone's mind and spirits are bound by invisible chains of their own making.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'd take a 2 dice penalty until I break a personal conviction or a chronicle tenant.
Okay.
So, yes, he is standing in the middle. Just standing there.
Okay.
Just waiting for the person to come in because his first conviction is don't get caught, period.
Do you have to break someone else's or break your own?
It can be mine.
Okay.
And I also have the risk taker flaw.
So you are just standing there.
Yes, however, he will bend down, pull out the small hook knife that he has, as well as a World War II issue Marines knife as well.
Okay.
He'll just stand there.
Okay. Sylvia is going to attempt to rush forward with Joe. This is not going to end well for her. Yeah, she doesn't make it very far before someone comes rounding the... Oh, did we lose buttons?
Looks like it.
Cool. So Sylvia doesn't make it too far. She seems to be taken by surprise and is not the most athletic of kindred. And then around the back entrance, the footsteps get louder, and a person rounds the corner. And they double take for a second, and then seem to pull something from their waist. And, hey, what are you doing? Who are you?
Activate Eyes of the Serpent.
Does that have a distance? Because this is a good distance still.
I believe. No.
I will say you can't make
Let me.
clear eye contact yet.
Okay. Well, he's gonna move forward.
Okay.
All right, they're gonna move forward, and oh hi. Private tour. No.
So while Hush is doing that, what would you two like to do?
I can hear this interaction happening, right?
Yes, everyone can hear this. It's kind of echoey in there.
Zep is going to be observing from a sliding spot.
Okay.
I also have the risk taker flaw, so I feel like I'm gonna come out from the room and like stand at the end of the hallway holding my gun up.
Okay. You are a couple dozen and a half feet away from them at this, or no, they're farther back. You still have some distance to go, but you could reach them with a firearm. Sylvia is gonna keep heading towards the entrance of the archway and try and grab Joe to go with her. And then the person the security guard seems to just kind of be staring at Hush. There was no tours booked.
Oh no! Apparently, you didn't hear about it. It's fine. My boss, kind of big, and doesn't like to have his name put out so much.
Are you attempting persuasion, manipulation, intimidation?
Absolutely, just trying to lie to him right now.
Okay, give me. It's gonna be a high one, but manipulation and subterfuge.
Oh no! It's like I have a good tool in that.
Right. Oh no.
Will, however, be spending a willpower.
That doesn't bode well.
Okay, how about 5?
There was no way this person could beat that. Not really. I gotta check this, I guess. I won't stop you. I do have to check in, though. There's not supposed to be anyone here.
No, you don't, I promise.
Fine. Whose name? Because I gotta put someone's name on this.
Well, come here. Let me spell it for you.
Get
a pad. And as they get closer, he's just going to take the larger knife and just shove it in his neck.
Okay. Dex and melee.
Of course. That is 5 with the messy crit again.
Well, your first one broke because you got caught. I don't remember the rules for mortals. This is straight aggravated?
Given it is technically a called shot, you can do what you want.
You subtracted the dice from the called shot?
Yes.
Okay. Then they're still up somehow. And they stagger backwards, clutching at the wound. I assume you didn't leave the knife in them.
No.
And they are going for what appears to be a radio. Nexus, what are you doing?
Can I shoot the guy that was just stabbed?
You absolutely can. Go ahead and give me dexterity and firearms.
Alrighty.
Did we lose?
I should be
Never.
back.
I clicked the wrong one.
Or with a messy critical.
Okay. I'm going to reduce his dice pool because he was taken back. Yeah, no. I rolled 0. So the shot is loud. It echoes, and it is near painful in this space. But the person drops before they are able to get their radio. Joe is moving forward, and Sylvia kind of starts dragging them along with her. So they are in the spot with the archway. Zepp was just watching from his hiding place. He heard the echo, saw the person fall. Everything seems to be clear for now.
Keep moving then.
And what is Hush doing?
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
Which, by the way, will technically, assuming that will be mistake of being caught and just leaving it, doesn't clean it, so it breaks the second conviction.
Yeah, I guess.
If you want to play it like that, if not, we don't have to.
No, that's fine. But that's fine. People will be making their way to this area, so not doing anything with it will absolutely. Something's wrong. So you are down 1 person.
Can
So-
Alistair hide the body?
Depends. Is Hush continuing to be standing in the middle waiting for everyone?
He is waiting for everybody to kind of filter through.
Okay, so Alistair goes to approach the body and everything. Would Hush stop them?
I know it's fine. With everything else going on tonight, I'm sure this will be the least of everyone's concerns.
Are you certain of that?
It's fine.
Can I take whatever this guy had on him, though?
Yeah, he had a firearm and a baton.
I'm taking the baton since I already have a gun.
Okay. So I assume you continue forward?
Yeah.
So Zepp makes his way forward. Alistair makes their way forward. Hush. And you all meet up with Joe and Sylvia, who are in the arched area. What was that? That is gonna draw everybody here.
It's fine.
It was the sabbat.
You,
Yeah, sure.
Whatever.
I see a severe gun in the middle of an empty building.
If we got in, they got in.
Yep,
Some were in already.
that wasn't the point. It was now everyone's gonna come in this way. So we need to get going.
Yes, let's hurry.
So you guys continue forward. And it is a little bit of a maze here. And Sylvia does not have the map with her because it was not convenient to carry. So would you guys like to make either a wits or intelligence and then insight or awareness? You can use any of the combination of the four.
I'll go wits and awareness.
Three on what's
I'll do-
awareness.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for me. They're literally the same. I got 6 with a crit, not messy this time.
I got 3.
Okay, Sylvia.
Could I argue I can use my academics with a specialty in history to like remember the map since we were all shown it?
I would allow academics, but not with a history bonus.
Okay.
This isn't necessarily history based, but I can argue that is. I would allow for just an academics roll. Sylvia got a skull. Yep. And
6 with a messy crit.
people. All right. Toreador's is transfixion, I believe, correct? Yep. Okay. So apparently the history buff that you are, you try to remember what you saw in the van and everything like that, and you get distracted by the architecture in here. It is a replication of a Gothic church, and it is gorgeous. There is stained glass replicas and everything like that, and it just catches your attention.
I'm gonna
And
start like,
that's all you do is just stare.
can I like idle off to the group and just like start touching the walls and like
Yeah.
trace the architecture?
Absolutely.
Dude! The evidence everywhere!
It's pretty.
Who gives a shit?
Are you not zeroed?
What does that mean?
Do you
Oh,
exist
boy.
in a system still?
It means you have mask. Are you known to the humans?
What? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We need to keep moving. Can you admire the architecture as we go?
There's so much more to see. I guess I can do that.
Hang on. Don't remember what the wording for this is. Continue.
No, I was just gonna say I do have a dot in status, so that's why I'm like, oh, I am kind of known.
Okay, you cannot speak of anything other than that subject. And you cannot take your attention away from it without a 2 dice penalty.
Got it.
For the entirety of while you are in this hallway.
Alistair, come check this out.
I'm over to see what he's pointing at.
Going to lead him around the well and point out different things he notices in the architecture. I hope it works.
You're just gently leading him out.
Yep.
Are you going the way you came, or are you heading deeper in?
Deeper in.
Okay.
Just gonna give Sylvie an exasperated look and follow them.
This is going so poorly. I feel like.
Don't say that, it'll only get worse.
If it makes you feel any better, we have contingencies.
Right.
I should
You?
hope so.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go catch up with Zep, I guess. Don't do anything in here,
After you,
please.
boss.
And Sylvia will continue forward.
Do you guys know how hard it is to find good stained glass nowadays?
A lot of churches have really nice ones. You just need to know where to look.
And who to pay.
I would kill for some stained glass.
Let's not. This is the wrong place for that.
Please don't destroy it here. Please don't take it.
Oh, nice though. Look at it.
Uh-huh. Keep moving forward. There's more stuff ahead.
Alistair keeps moving forward. Like a little bit of like, is it still Vitae if it's drool?
Any bodily fluid from Kindred is tainted with Vitae, if not directly, completely Vitae.
Yeah, so there's a little red dribble coming out of
Gross.
the side of his mouth.
At least I assume that is how bodily fluid with Kindred works. That's how sweat and tears work. Anyway. Okay, so everyone is moving forward. Is anyone trying to be quiet or trying to do something?
Trying to be quiet, yes.
You have to make a roll at a -2 if you are making this roll.
Me?
No. Nexus.
Yep, got it. Okay.
Do I take a penalty since I'm trying to keep him moving?
1 dice. Just as a small distraction.
No, I only had blood dice to roll, and I crit on.
Okay.
Can't get worse. It's fine.
Yep. You're still
I got
transfixed.
I got 6 with a crit.
I got 4.
So I burned willpower and got 2.
Perfect. Good times. Okay. Okay. Okay, so he's not trying to stay quiet. He's rushing. Everyone give me what's an awareness. Alistair, -2 if you're doing this. You can choose not to if you want.
Still gonna do it.
Another 2.
1.
6 on a crit.
0.
Sylvia got 1. It's this dumb penalty that she's under. One. Okay. Somehow no one hears this person coming. They round the corner with their gun drawn, and they hear you guys. They don't have a direct line of fire due to the narrowness and how everything is here. So you guys will receive a 2 dice penalty or 2 dice addition to any dex and athletics rolls to avoid bullets. Is how I'm going to do that, just for the amount of cover and everything here and their unwillingness to hit these things. So they are going to fire at you guys. And that is going to be... just 2. Towards... who had the lowest stealth? I think Alistair had...
because I got 0.
Yeah, so they were firing at you. But you also taken the -2 to dodge this.
So it's just my normal dexterity and athletics?
Yep.
Okay. Three successes?
So they got 3. You take... if it's equal, it's 1 point, I believe, correct? And that's half.
Yes.
So you take 1 point of superficial.
Okay. And I activate awe after he shoots me. If he's focused on me and only me, it's harder to hit everyone else. Or then already it is.
Right. You have your compulsion going, though.
Oh, yeah.
So go ahead and roll your manipulation and presence -2. Yeah, you're probably gonna win this one regardless. Maybe not.
3 successes.
Nope. They got 4 with a crit. So you try, and their attention is drawn to you for a moment, but your attention is drawn away from them, so you don't maintain the amount of eye contact you need. Because, man, that stained glass. This curvature of the arches. Those keystones. Beautiful. So what would you all like to do at this point? You have been fired upon. Alistair, you tried all. What would the rest of you like to do?
No.
How far is he from Zep and Alistair?
It's probably 10, 15 feet, but it's not a direct thing because you have to do a little bit of weaving. They were shooting through some exhibit pieces.
So we'll try to close the distance between them.
Okay. You can do that with relative ease. You can't do a whole lot once you get there. Like something minor if you want to do something.
So Hush will do much the same. However, Hush will also, as they are moving forward, use ventriloquism behind them.
Okay.
You should run.
What is that roll? And
It requires a rouse check.
Okay.
It is a wits and obfuscate versus resolve and composure of the individual that is to be hearing this.
Okay.
Pass the rouse check
Mm-hmm.
with 3 on my wits and obfuscate.
Okay. I rolled 2. So they start bolting. Were you trying to edge them forward into bolting forward or backwards? Since you were behind them.
Right, the voice is to be coming from behind them. So whatever they feel like is necessary.
They are gonna lurch forward, starting to move, but Zeppe is right there as well. So we will... What was Joe doing?
I don't know if I can pull off what Joe was originally going to do now.
Well, everything's
I
kind
was
of
gonna
happening
try-
all at once, so they're still
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah. I don't know. Just I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
Okay.
She's gonna hold for just a second, watch what happens.
Okay, Sylvia is pulling out her firearm, but also doing much the same. So there is not going to be any ranged for the next round. Sylvia is not going to be firing. Is Joe going to be firing anything?
She doesn't want to draw any more attention than she has to.
Okay, is Alistair?
He's running towards me, correct? Since
Yeah,
I was
so Zep is in front of him. Hush is making their way there. They're starting to move forward. So they are not going to be firing.
I want to shoot him.
Okay.
That's dexterity and firearms, correct?
-2.
It's
And
great with a melee roll.
They will also get a 2 dice addition to their dexterity and athletics.
1 success.
Well, lucky you. They only rolled 1 out of a lot of dice. So they are lurching forward, and you line up the shot, and you do some damage to them. Does that doesn't break anything with ventriloquism, right? It just happens, and then that was it?
Yeah, no, it's just a...
Okay. I thought so. I just wanted to check. So the shot has been fired. This person is just running forward into Zep and Hush. So, Joe, is there... We'll get to you guys in 1 second. Joe, is there something you want to do?
What's the plan? Do we take him out?
Is that what you're doing? You're just asking this?
Yeah.
Okay, so you call that out as the person runs into Hush and Zep. What would you two like to do?
Zep's going to try and punch and knock this guy out.
And Hush is going to attempt to effectively just trip them.
Okay.
4.
Okay. What are you using to attempt to knock them out? Okay. And then Hush, you're just attempting to trip.
Yes.
Okay. They
Sweep
hit
the
the
legs
ground.
and... Oh,
Yeah, they just hit the ground. They're not looking super great, but they're still going. Could be worse looking off, but they do hit the ground, and it looks like they're having a hard time orientating themselves to get up.
at this point, Hush will be like, everybody go. I've got this.
Sure.
Better not leave a mess this time. And Joe will just turn around and keep going.
Am I still needing to be led
Yep.
through this place?
Yes.
Okay.
You are still in the hallways, although you can, at this point, make it to the exit as long as you are led, and then it will end.
Thank God.
So, does Zep continue to lead Alistair like he is a dog on a leash?
Yep.
Okay. So, Alistair does give a little bit of resistance when you try and get him out of there, but with a group shove, you guys can get him out, and it breaks the compulsion.
I have one strength. It's not like I'm big.
Yeah, that's why there's no roll involved, but kind of a group like, get! And Alistair stumbles into the exit. But that is... You are immediately into the hallway. So while everyone else is doing that, Sylvia included, what is Hush doing?
Hush is using cloud memory
Okay.
of the encounter Like, it's okay. You killed your friend. Now get.
Okay. Beautiful. And this person's like, what? I did what?
Through there. He hits you in the head real loud. And like pats him on the back and gets him going.
And he is scrambling to get out there. Meanwhile, Alistair, give me what's an awareness?
Okay. Crit. Crit and 1 success.
It would have been a little bit funny had you got another messy.
I would have had a stroke.
Okay, so 5 with a crit?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see movement, that's all. So you don't immediately see anyone coming. As you are shaking your head clear as you forcibly exit that hallway, the strings of that compulsion are leaving your brain and it's becoming easier to think and you're more clear-headed. Joe and Zep, what would you like to do? Sylvia is cautiously stepping out into the hallway, glancing back at Hush a little bit to make sure he's not doing something she will have an issue with.
Keep pushing forward to try to remember where exactly we need to go from here.
Joe will try and help with that.
Okay. If you're helping him, you can go ahead and do that roll. Actually,
That's a 3.
yep. Cool. Give me 1 second. Okay. Go ahead and add 3 to whatever roll you were doing. Then
We're doing stealth, right?
you were trying to remember the location, so it's wits or intelligence, awareness. I could do academics or insight.
5. Or what's an awareness?
Okay. Okay, so you do remember which way to go. So does Sylvia with her 5 with the crit. Sylvia's not having a good time tonight. Okay. So then you can lead everyone into the direction where you're going. Is Hush catching up with everybody?
After about 30 seconds, yes.
Is he watching the devastation from the human that he sent out there?
He will use heightened senses to hear it, but he's not watching it.
Okay. Roll me what's an awareness plus aspects real fast. Low roll, just like 2. Just don't fail it, pretty much.
Yeah, I got 4.
Okay. You hear them on their radio calling for backup because there's a man down right now. And
That's fine.
They're having some emotional problems.
It's fine.
Yep,
Sure,
nothing can go
nothing
wrong
bad
here.
happened.
So, with Zep leading you guys forward and Sylvia giving directions kind of from the back, you guys make your way to a metal set of doors. Looks like they should be locked as well. And then... Are you guys trying to be quiet? Or how would you like to enter this door?
Still trying to be quiet.
Yeah, still using stealth.
Before we try anything, can anyone here see things that might otherwise not be seen to the naked eye?
I can't.
Can you see if there's anything up with this door?
Yeah. So
Lovely.
that's wits plus aspects.
Wits and awareness plus aspect?
Okay. 1 second. Five successes.
One moment. I had this written down, but I thought I had that paperwork in front of me. I do not. Where is this? Oh my gosh. You do see the remnants of a ward on this.
There's some fuckery on the door. At least the what's left of it.
What's left of it? Does that mean it's still active or not?
With that roll, could I tell, or can I make another roll to?
I am reading this right now.
Okay.
Well, you don't have knowledge of blood sorcery,
No.
so you know it is a ward. You don't know which ward it is. You can make an intelligence and occult roll if you have it.
No, that's not even worth making the roll. I have 1 dot in intelligence and 0 in occult.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, you do not know what ward it is.
It's a ward. I don't know much about Tremere blood magic.
Can you describe it? A general shape. Actually, better yet, does anybody have anything to draw with? Or Toreador, they should be able to draw at the very least.
Would I be able to do that?
It would be a roll, but you could scrounge together something to draw on.
I do have a specialty in painting.
What are you going to paint with? Do you have paints? Are you willing to use a rouse check's worth of vitae if you have no paints? Because I'll let you do a rouse check, and you can just paint with your finger.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do a rouse check.
Okay.
I passed.
Okay, so go ahead and do dexterity and crafts plus paint. Plus the paint specialty.
Yep.
Roll 4 or higher is what I'm setting this at.
4 on the dot.
Okay, so it is... It's not perfect. It is amateur-ish looking, especially with the clumsy, doing it with the finger and everything like that. But it It could be recognizable. Would Hush like to roll, or would anyone else like to roll occult plus intelligence?
I got 3.
Okay. I'm sorry, rituals are confusing and I'm trying to suss this out because I totally forgot. I'm like blanking so much tonight.
It's the heat. It's fried your brain.
Yeah, something like that.
I only got 1, so I'm not doing too much better.
I've also only got 1 because he has 2 dice.
Okay. So you...
Compulsions suck.
Yes, they
That
do.
That was painful.
I'm not gonna sit here and try and read this. I'll say... Yeah. Let me roll for Sylvia real fast. Even with that crit, she did not make enough. So it was going to be a 5 or higher, preferably 5 with a crit, to attempt to decipher this. So you guys do not know what this ward is.
So, who is touching the door?
I mean, I feel like since I pointed out there was a ward, one of
That's
you.
touching the door.
Okay. Okay. So you want to touch the ward.
Jay living on the edge below.
Okay. So your hand makes contact with the door, and this electrical shock runs through your arm, and you suffer 1 point of aggravated damage. It is potentially triggered by K-Knights, by Kindred. Or at least that's what happened to you. And all of you see this happen, and the hand is a little scorched.
Wow.
Damn it.
That's not good. Hush, what'd you do to that human?
They're a ways back.
Would you like me to go
Sure.
get them?
I'm sure if we wait around long enough, more might come.
No point in waiting. Go get one.
Okay. Are you heading off by yourself?
If no one will follow, Jo will go do what she needs to do.
Anyone going with?
That'll go with.
Oh, she'll hang out.
Sylvia's not moving. Is Alistair staying or going?
I am staying.
Is there anything Hush and Alistair would like to do while the others are gone?
Hush will look at Alistair and be like, you sure that's the smartest thing to leave there?
I mean, I'll start wiping it up with, like, whatever I can find.
Your clothes?
Yeah, I, like, rip my shirt,
Okay.
start cleaning it up, and then stuffing the now rag in my pocket.
Okay. So Joe ends up. You cautiously make your way back out. And you do not see the alive person. There is the body, but the person does not seem to be there initially. You are welcome to give me wits and awareness.
Or
Also 4.
You do hear sounds coming back the way you guys initially came from. Doesn't sound like they're too far away, but they are making their way away.
You go hide. I'm going to get their attention.
all right, got it.
Probably meander back to your initial hiding spot to begin with.
Hmm.
What is Joe doing? How is Joe doing this?
Okay, so thinking fast, she is going to kind of like mess up her hair a little bit and kind of rumple her clothes a little bit and call out in a shaky voice, hello, is someone there?
It takes a minute, but you do hear the footsteps stop. Are you back up?
No, but I need your help, please.
Then they start coming forwards cautiously. Their gun is out. And then they stop once you're in view. Who are you?
I'm sorry. I was a visitor, and then I was going to meet someone here, and then a bunch of people broke in. I was told to come down here and hide, but then more people came in and they dragged some of my friends off. They're behind a locked door. Please, I need your help.
Give me manipulation and subterfuge.
That is 6 successes on a crit.
Oh yeah, he just walks right up to you. Fine, we need to get you out of here. I don't know what's happening right now. Just show me where the door is.
Yeah, I think I heard them dragged off back this way, and she'll lead them to the door.
Okay. Zepp was hiding. What is he going to be doing?
Keep hiding, let her lead the way.
Okay. So you lead him back to the door. He doesn't seem to give anyone a double take or anything like that. Little skittish around Hush, but not in a worrisome way. And then he's sort of like, no one's supposed to be in this door. Like, why'd your friends get locked in here?
I told you they dragged him in there. I think they were supposed to be locked in there.
Who dragged him in there?
I couldn't see him. I was hiding. Please just open the door, and she's going to activate compel as she says that.
Okay, go ahead and give me the roll.
Okay.
How many people were brought back? Was it just this one?
Yeah, just the one person. He'll start to say, let me call for backup, but then Buttons does, or Joe does her thing. Which he's a little bit on edge. But yeah, it's not gonna matter. No, he just does it immediately. Yep, so just drop his hand on the walkie and grab his key and use it in the locked door. And he'll swing it open. And there is a hallway, and there's doors. and it just leads on for a ways. Yeah, I don't see anyone in here. And he'll step in a little bit.
Behind his back, as he's moving, Joe's going to give a pointed look to Hush and kind of.
Hush will kind of start making their way through the door and kind of lock eyes with them, like, then use, again, cloud memory. Isn't it your day off? You should go home.
Are you letting everyone get through the door first?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he'll at least start making their way. And try to make it obvious that they should leave.
Okay. Sylvia slips in behind him. Behind Hush. I assume the rest of you slip in as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think I, blinks a little bit. Maybe I had the day wrong. I guess I should probably go home. And then he'll hold the door open for a second, just looking really confused. And then leave, and the door swings closed behind you.
Are we trapped in here now? Like, that ward is still on the door. This is Alistair asking the group.
There's more people in here, it's fine.
I'm sure they have a way to get out. We weren't able to get much information in this area leading forward, so...
Can I do... Is Sense this Unseen still up for me, or do I have to roll it again?
This is a new area, so I'd have you roll it again. Same thing with stealth if everyone's trying to stay quiet or anything like that.
Right.
For stealth or...
Stealth.
2 crits for Sense the Unseen.
When you say 2 crits, did you get 2 dice or 4 dice?
4 dice.
4 singular crits? Okay. So you got 8.
Yeah. And then
I'll
do my stealth now.
And I got 3 for stealth.
You are
I
quite
also got
sure
3
that there
stealth.
is no one here that you can't see. 3 stealth. 3 stealth. What was up?
And then 3 stealth for Alistair.
Two for Sylvia. So you guys can move forward, but Alistair, you are sure that no one is hiding out here. So there's no doors immediately within the first 30 feet, but then every 20 feet past that, there is a set of doors on either side. And it goes on for a little ways, and then there's a door at the back entrance. Or the other way.
So, pick a door and hope.
Seems like it.
I will say you guys do know that this was where you're heading is in a basement, and you haven't really gone down yet. So remember that.
So yeah. Proceed on looking for a sign on the wall that says stairs.
That works
Okay.
for me.
Well, none of the doors that you pass on your way towards the end have any signs on them whatsoever. Would you like to open them? What would you like to do?
Yeah, I guess open each one individually.
Okay.
Slip is going to listen in on the one to his right first before he opens it.
Okay. You don't hear anyone inside. I'm not gonna have you roll. There's no one in there. So you open it, and it does look like storage. Not anything occult or anything like that, but it appears to house things that could be useful to Kindred. There are some bags that look like they would block sunlight, and a couple other things. This one, at least, is a storage that Zep opened.
Come check this out real quick.
Alistair would come look.
Do the same thing. Sylvia will open up the door opposite of it, and it's much the same. Not bags in it, but another storage area that looks like it would just house things for general use.
Joe will move to the next one up from Sylvia.
Okay. That one, are you just straight up opening it?
She'll listen at the door first, see if there's any movement or any indication of people behind it before opening it.
Don't hear anything. So you open
She'll
it.
crack it. She'll crack it, yeah.
There is a desk in there. Desk and chair. It doesn't look like there's a computer or anything.
I shall do opposite of Joe.
Much the same. Just looks like a desk. It's like decently furnished. It's not just a desk, but that is the biggest thing in that room that would draw attention.
Yeah.
I don't think what we're looking for is on this level.
No,
In the basement?
upstairs. Or an elevator. An elevator would probably be less preferred, but that'll work.
Onward then?
Onward.
Are you guys going to continue to be opening doors? There is 4 on each side left.
Yeah, Alistair will go to open one, but checking to hear anything first.
Okay. I want, from here on, there's going to be rolls. What's an awareness to open these doors? Are you going left or right?
I'm going left.
Okay. Is anyone doing the right?
Step will do it right.
3 successes.
Okay. You don't hear anything.
2 successes.
Neither do you.
I creak the door open.
Same thing. Looks like a office.
Step will open up his door.
Yours is also an office.
I shall do the next on the right.
Okay.
With heightened senses to listen for anybody.
I guess Joe will take the one opposite Hush.
I got 3.
I also got 3.
So, Hush, you do hear something. However, it is not on the door that you are on. It's on the next one down. And, Joe, you don't hear anything on your side. And as you open them, do you open them?
Joe will.
Yeah, they'll
Okay.
poke their head inside.
This one is another set of offices, so there's been 3 sets of offices so far. Again, they're all decently furnished. A couple of them have some books, or the ones you 2 open have a book on there, but there's not really like a bookshelf in there. So looks like they were just taking notes or something. Who knows?
I shall go to the next door down and just kind of like stand in front of it.
Okay. And that is the one that you heard noise from. It sounds like someone very faintly clicking on a keyboard.
Okay. They will wait for everyone else to do what they are doing.
Okay.
Alistair's just gonna walk up next to Hush. Is someone in there?
Real slowly nod.
Let's see. None of you rolled below a 2 on your stealth, correct?
Yes.
You did. Okay. Are you stopping outside the doors? Are you standing with the rest of them?
I was saying I didn't roll lower than 2.
Okay. But are you still going with everyone else? Okay. So everyone is kind of gathered around outside the store. What would you guys like to do?
I shall just point to the other 3. And like with a sweeping motion. Hopefully you will understand exactly what that means.
Alistair's gonna like press himself against the wall near the door.
Okay. Sylvia will head over to one of them. So kind of press your ear against it. And shake her head.
Zip's going to do the same.
What's an awareness? Is Joe doing anything?
Joe is going to let's see, we're checking more doors, right? I just want to make sure I'm
There's 3
tracking.
left.
Okay. Yeah, Joe will check the remaining door by listening.
Let's try and bring a little power real quick. 3.
I got 5 on this one.
So, Zep doesn't hear anything. Joe, however, does. You are on the last one nearest the door that leads further into the hallway. So you're on the last door on the side. And you hear a couple people inside. Looks like they are kind of talking to each other. You hear at least 2 voices.
So Joe is going to pull back from the door, press herself against the wall, and motion 2 in there to the others.
Zip is just going to strike aside to the pillars above his door.
Looks to Sylvia.
She'll just like kind of turn her head and look at the door at the end and just kind of like, what? Just motion back towards it with a, shouldn't we just leave?
Seeing that, Alistair will go to check that door.
Okay.
Three successes.
You don't hear anything either. And this one actually does have a small window pane, and you can see it does lead into another room, but this one, it's like the top of a stairwell.
With that, Alistair's gonna do like the staircase hand motion to the group.
With a very sarcastic, basically like dismissive motion. Like, go on.
Do you crack the door?
I do crack the door, yes.
No, nothing happens. The door just opens.
With
Smooth
that,
as butter, no noise.
I'll slink my way into the stairwell.
Okay.
Joe will follow behind.
Sylvia will hesitate a moment, but then slip in.
And Hush will bring up the rear.
So that's Sophia and Sylvia.
Okay. So, as stairwells are, they're very echoey. So, I will... What?
Not if you have Silence of Death.
No, not if you have Silence of Death. If you have anything that negates sound, don't worry about this roll. If you do not, go ahead and give me your stealth rolls again. Because this is mainly for how quietly you're traversing down the stairs.
2.
A set of crits and a success, so 5.
You
Or
got
on a crit.
2.
All the things to be getting crits on.
Yeah, this, yeah, she's not doing super great. She still has her penalty up, technically. Because nothing broke her conviction yet.
What is her conviction?
Well, one of them is damaging religious property. Like it has to stay unsullied or something like that. So yeah, that's the biggest one that is probably going to be easiest to break, or at least it was in the area where you were. Womp womp. Yeah, so she's a little bit noisy as she walks down the stairs, but it's not anything too horrible. And it is a couple flights down. You're not skipping leg day tonight. So, how quickly would you like to progress down?
I vote moderately so. Like enough that we're continuing to move, but not so fast that we're tripping over ourselves.
Okay.
Trying to get anywhere or like rushing past something.
So it will take you a few minutes to get down the stairs if you would like to do any discussions or whispers quietly. If not,
So-
we'll just move on to the next landing.
I hope there's nothing that fixates me again. That hallway was beautiful and amazing, but I can't have that happen again. I'm already down a shirt. This was expensive.
Next time we'll leave you.
I'm
that in
sure
mind.
I have. I'm sure I have something that will help.
Why leave me? Oh,
Because it's easier.
Yes, but then he becomes even more of a liability than he already is.
For all of you.
And yes, I know you get to flounce back to wherever the heck it was you came from, but that still leaves a mess for us to deal with, doesn't it?
With the amount of money that we're paying you, make sure that you are erased. Okay?
Already been erased, so I may be fine.
See, one with some sense. Thank you.
I'll do it. I won't be happy about it, but I'll do it.
Why would you not be happy about being zeroed out in the system?
Do you know how nice it is to have flocks of people gaunting at you, begging for your attention?
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yes, I do. You can still do that and be zeroed in the system.
It's called money.
Why do you think I took the job? I
Aren't you
needed the
a
money.
Toreador? You should just have this money.
I'm not old money like other Toreadors.
Don't you have a way of making money? Isn't that like a thing that Toreadors do?
Okay, yes, but people aren't buying paintings as they used to.
You just need to get in the right circles.
Make them?
I do.
Yes. Called make a ghoul, make the ghoul, donate them to art exhibits, write them off on their taxes, you get the money from that. That's how that works.
Oh, I meant just like compel them to buy it.
That too, that would work great.
Thanks for the business tips.
That's what we do, okay?
Yeah.
Not as bad as Ventru, but close.
I can't stand the venture.
A couple are okay.
Muted.
You guys hit a landing at this point?
Is
There
there-
Are we
is-
still?
There is a door, but there's also farther down. Do you remember what your wits and awareness was when you who rolled wits and awareness getting into here? You rolled a 4. Okay, so
Remember him out?
if you rolled higher than a 2, which I think everyone did, you hear the door close at the top.
Do we wait around, or do you want to duck in somewhere?
We should probably, get somewhere else. Even if it's just to ambush them.
And I cat's grace my way hanging off the railing of the stairs.
Sure, but you would be seen the entire up and down.
Okay, never mind. Then I'll just go in the door.
Because it's a big square.
I'll wrap the door and go in.
Sylvia will push the door open slightly and peek in, but if anyone else wants to, you are more than welcome to as well.
Joe will kind of peek in over Sylvia's shoulder.
Wits and awareness.
It's going to be 4 again.
So you don't see anyone in the immediate thing, but it's another similar hallway. It's shorter though. This one only has 3 doors on each side. And you can hear someone kind of like that hop step down the stairs where they're kind of going a little bit fast.
I don't know.
Tuck in and hide behind those doors immediately.
Sylvia will slip in as well.
As well, Alistair.
And Hush will stand at the door with it barely open.
Okay. So. I'll say 2 won't be enough to catch that because they're not super paying attention. There is a person that you see pass, and they are a female. Looks like they have been physically altered.
We'll slip out the door and we'll actually follow.
Okay, give me a stealth. Is only Hush doing this?
Alistair's going to do it too.
Joe will move to follow unless motioned otherwise by Hush.
Okay. Burning another willpower.
I got 4.
Okay.
The red dice scared me, that's why. I got 5.
Okay. What is that doing?
Except for follow everyone else.
So there's only
I got
2
3
people
on my
leaving?
stealth.
Oh, 4 people leaving. Okay, Sylvia's not really wanting to leave this. So you got 4. What was Zep's?
1.
Okay. So, Hush exits. Alistair exits. Person doesn't seem to stop. Joe exits. Person doesn't seem to stop. Zep exits, and the door clicks, and the person stops and turns behind them and sees you.
I activate awe.
Give me the roll. I believe that is, let's see,
It's
manipulation
charisma.
and presence.
Okay. Yep. So it's 4 successes.
All right. So this definitely a kindred, or I mean potentially a ghoul, but definitely has vitae somewhere. And you can see what looks to be kind of more not quite gangrel level of animalistic feature, but the mouth has been turned into a weapon. So probably not a ghoul. And he's just staring at Alistair. Or she is just staring at Alistair.
Aren't you a pretty young thing?
She's like, she snarls a little bit and just like tenses up.
You should keep your eyes on me and only me. I'm sure me and you could have some fun.
Who are you?
I got lost. There was people being dragged everywhere. As you can see, my shirt's ripped. I got away.
Manipulation and subterfuge.
Yep. Can I add subduction? Because I did call her pretty and I'm attempting to flirt.
You can try. It's not really in them.
Okay. This is still a decent pool, even without the seduction bonus.
I said you can put that in.
Okay.
They are a kindred though, so it only goes so far.
Yep.
But yeah, you can add it.
6 successes.
Okay, she relaxes a little bit. You can see the features receding back. The face has still been stretched a little. Didn't recognize you guys. What pack are you from?
Ugh. It's a pact from out east. We got called in last minute.
He looks a little bit more on edge as you say that. Not hostile or anything like that, but definitely a little bit more on edge. What pack name?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. All that matters is me and you in this moment.
Cassidy send you?
She did.
So you're gonna help us.
Zep is just rubbing his forehead.
Yep.
Good. That we are.
So come on, let's get going.
Lead the way.
So you'll start walking backwards down the stairs, like awkwardly?
I have not dropped off.
Right, that's why she's walking awkwardly back down the stairs.
With that, Alistair's gonna lead, go around, so she has their back to the rest of the group.
Okay. So you guys start making your way down. What are the rest of you doing? Sylvia will exit at this point and be like, oh no.
I was gonna roll her eyes again and follow towards the back. She does not want to be an arm's length of an angry Ingrel when awe drops.
So Hush will absolutely kind of bend down and grab the small caliber firearm and slowly cock the hammer and just walk behind them the entire way, like a step or two behind them.
All right.
Within arm's reach, of course.
Okay.
After this, me and you should go hunting. It'd be an honor to go hunting with you.
I mean, I know where some people are. We can go have some fun after.
Oh, wonderful.
Don't you want to get... Nah. Never mind.
Does not even pay attention to Joe.
Where's the rest of your pact?
Oh, one of them's upstairs. Another one's down farther. I was having some fun.
Oh, you need to show me your kind of fun.
It's... Sure.
Think you can cool it now, Romeo. You've made your point.
I'm still not
John's just
dropping.
gonna-
Still not dropping on. Just keeping her on me and only me.
So you guys are continuing to head down. You're about halfway down now, and you can see the end coming up.
party all the way in the bottom.
Hmm?
This is the party all the way down at the bottom.
You're
We were
making.
just
You're basically making your way down. You're almost there.
this is to the gangrel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were just told to come in and, well, do what we do.
Just not barely acknowledging Hush.
Good.
I never caught your name.
They call me Crafty.
That could have some can't English right now. Implications for later.
No. You can still do that?
Every so often. It's fun. It makes luring in mortals all the better.
Give me another subterfuge and manipulation.
Am I
No
adding
bonus this time.
Okay. Five.
Try. Yep, nope. They seem to be... They're not questioning what you're saying, but you're getting an odd look. They're still going along with it. They're not fighting, but something's not adding up.
My ability to flirt as a person is abysmal.
Right,
So-
that's not why
Yeah.
that's not it.
Yeah.
So you have reached the end of the stairs now. There's a door,
Okay.
and she is like kind of making her way to it, but her head's still tracking Nexus. Or I'm sorry, Alistair.
I will stand in front of the door and like have her just looking at me and then just keep her there for a second as I start to crack it.
And
Okay.
Hush will pull up his thing that he's already got ready.
Yep.
And just back of the base of the skull and just
So give me that roll minus the called shot.
even with basically no possibility of her being able to react.
I mean, you had me do it with the called shot negative at the last game.
That's fine. I still got 4.
Okay. And that she is kindred. So it is just going to be half superficial, even for guns.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So that, I will say, breaks the awe. She will quickly frown on Hush and try to swing out and grapple. Is anyone else... No one else was ready, but is anyone doing anything? Because you would have seen Hush, so you could have prepared a little bit.
Can I whack her with the baton I grabbed from earlier?
Or melee and brawl. Not brawl, sorry. Strength and melee.
Snup's going to make his way down to Hush and the gangrel and go for another punch.
My goodness.
3 successes.
Okay. Okay, so you land a good thwack on her. You can roll Dex and Athletics for Hush if you'd prefer. I rolled not super great.
I rolled 5.
To close the gap. So am I closing the gap?
Okay.
No, I mean is the roll to close the gap to get to Hush and the Gangrel.
So he was point blank with her, and she just turned and is trying to grab.
Yeah, that roll was for me.
Oh, sorry.
So she missed by 1. So you manage. She starts to get her arms around you, and then you slip out of the grasp. What is Joe doing?
Joe is going to try and position herself. I don't even know if this actually works on Kindred. Does Eyes of the Serpent work on Kindred, or is that just on?
I think it's mortals
humans?
only.
Mortals only. That's what I was afraid of.
No, it can work on Kindred.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh no, I'm sorry. It is. I was trying to go off. Yeah, it's charisma and presence versus wits and composure.
Okay, so I'm going to try and line myself up in her line of sight and activate Eyes of the Serpent.
Okay.
Oh, that's 7 on a messy crit.
Yep. You definitely win that one. So you will. Yeah, your compulsion will happen because messy crit. And I'm sorry, Dengle, I misunderstood that. Or misremembered, whatever. So yeah, she is paralyzed in this grapple motion.
Now,
What would everyone like to do this next round?
Was I rolling for my punch or?
Yeah, she's not gonna get away from anything. I apologize. I thought you did that already. How many did you get?
I got 11 on a messy.
Oh my god. Jeez. Let's see. 5. Come on. 2. Still up. Not looking good though.
Can I unload some bullets into her now that she's paralyzed?
yeah, Hush will
It
just
is.
kind of to the side and just.
Yeah. It
For the
is
next one.
devastatingly loud in this area though. Just keep it
It's
in mind.
fine.
So yeah, I'll say you don't even have to roll. She's got 5 superficial points left, or 3 superficial points left before she was dropped. So the body hits the ground and just kind of looks like a human body.
Can I drag the body and put it under the staircase? You know how staircases always have that under part? Yep. That's going there.
A little bit of Vitae smears on the ground.
I
Or we
ripped
can
my
take her up
shirt
a couple
already.
Flights. Or we can take her up a couple flights and just toss her.
No,
that's a possibility.
I was hoping we could have kept her alive to open the door when we were done, but
It's fine. I'm sure there's a way out down here.
I sure hope so. Well, now that that's settled, can we continue? I'm sure someone heard that.
I'm cleaning up the vitae too, by the way.
With what? The
The
covered
rest of my
rag?
shirt. Yeah, the rest of my shirt.
Sure. It is smeared and pinkish, but you got the majority of it.
Now that that's done, let's go.
Yeah, I guess we're going in that door I started to crack open.
Yes. With expediency, please.
Okay. So you push the door open. That is... Okay. It was Zep who had sensed the unseen?
That was me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alistair. Roll that for me, please.
Yep. That is 1 crit and 3 successes.
Okay. You see a ghosty. A spirit of some sort. As the door opens.
I turn to the rest of the group. I'm like, there's something. That's a ghost of some kind.
I'm sorry, what?
There is a ghost or something in this hallway.
That's fine. Don't piss it off.
And as you are saying this, it backs up and kind of fades into one of the walls.
Do Tremere normally do anything with ghosts?
They're not necromancers. They're just warlocks.
It's like a down
I think there's a... Yes, I think there's a necromancer north of the city. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. That intel was a little bit iffy.
Yeah, as far as I could find out, there is a pretty old one, but he seems to be doesn't do much with anyone.
Right.
So
Anyway.
This is a natural ghost.
Yes.
There's nothing natural about any of this. Let's just find what we came for and leave.
And at this point, Hush will actually take point.
Okay. So you lead the way in.
Yes.
You continue in. So entering this, there is... It looks like the start of a library, like when you walk in it. It's not as grand, it's not as like traditional library, but that's kind of what it looks like. There is a center desk, and off a ways you can start to see some bookshelves and things like that. So you have made it to where they keep their things. Very far off on the end, you can see a pair of doors. And yeah. No sounds or anything yet.
Go ahead and do your thing. I'll make sure nobody comes in.
Right. Sylvia will begin to walk forward. She was going to attempt to be quiet. She succeeds fairly well.
also stealth forward on 3 successes.
Okay.
And
Alistair.
Hush will stand by the stairwell, actually.
And Alistair is stealthing with them at 3 successes.
All right. Give me just 1 second to do a couple rolls here. All right. One more time, please. What was everyone's stealth?
3.
And then you can go ahead and give me wits and awareness if you'd like as you walk forward.
Hush got 3 in the wits and awareness.
Were you
did
using
Alistair.
heightened senses?
No, but if you would like me to, I can.
If you'd like. And you, Alistair, got 3?
Sure.
Yes.
Joe?
Joe got 5.
Seth got 1.
All right.
You can, yeah, you can add 2 to that with heightened senses.
Okay. So everyone who rolled above a 1 can hear shuffling of 1 person. Everyone who rolled above a 5 can hear 2 people. They're not talking. They seem to be moving forward a little bit. Sylvia does not seem... Yeah. Sylvia does not seem to notice.
Alistair will extend his arm out and like stop her and tell her that Alistair can at least hear 1 person.
Are you speaking this?
No, it's like arm out and then holding up like a 1 with the other hand.
So she'll stop. Just be like, a what now gesture. And then out of nowhere, there will be 2. Oops. Ooh. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Okay. Alistair, roll me a dice, doesn't matter which one, and tell me if it is a success or a failure. Crits don't matter.
Success.
Okay. So this one hits Sylvia. Ouch. Stupid marker. And then... that one's a 1. So you take 1 superficial, since you weren't able to see it or anything like that.
Okay.
Because you...
So I'm at 2 superficial damage right now.
Sylvia's... she's hurt. But the shots do come from the 2 people that you guys heard. And they are kind of poking around the corner now to have fired off. Both men.
Do they seem to be Tremere employed, or do they seem to be? Can we get a?
So their clothing
Feel for-
is fairly. It's not really up to Tremere standards. One of them looks nicer than the other. One of them looks like they rolled in dirt, and the other one's not massively better. Hard to tell anymore from the distance. What would you guys like to do to reaction to Sylvia and Alistair being shot?
Luke's going to take a shot of them as armed.
Okay.
She'll internally sigh and basically run to one of them, whichever one Zeb's not shooting at.
So you're going to take a shot at the one on the left, and you got 3 successes.
Okay. You hit. And then Hush was just running forward.
It will wield their knives in the process.
Sylvia is staggering back. What is Joe doing?
Joe will position herself in front of Sylvie and fire at the same one that Zip fired at.
Okay.
Alistair will shoot at the one on the right. If I can.
That's
Okay.
also going to be 3 successes for Joe on the shot.
3 for Alistair.
Both of those hit, and the people like stagger back a little bit, but they peek out again. Let me check one thing. So what would you guys like to do for this round?
Keep firing, I guess.
Yeah.
Hush
No.
is rousing the blood to add to dexterity,
Okay.
and will close the gap and then both knives.
Okay. Dex and melee.
Okay, that is a fail, so I do get 2 hunger. Yeah, that is 4 successes.
Okay. Which one are you going for?
The same one he was going for last round, which I believe was the one on the right.
Yes.
Okay. So that one is a little bit more slight and younger looking than the other one. So you rush forward for that one. They are going to fire again. What would the rest of you like to do?
Fire at the other one.
So Hush, 3 against you.
I get dexterity and athletics to avoid.
And then 2 to... Well, also honestly probably Hush since he's rushing forward. Because I don't believe anyone else is.
Zep is going to rush forward, seeing as Hush is already up there, and they're probably going to start both shooting at him.
Ah, okay, then 2 to you then. Hush, you only get the 1.
Okay, I rolled 4.
You are good. Zep. 2 against you. What did you roll for?
I'm going to switch to Brawl. Brawl, and...
Well, you're
I'm gonna
dodging the bullet.
Sorry, I thought I
No big deal.
had that.
No big deal. I mean, I assume you want to dodge the bullet. You cannot dodge the bullet if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay. Equal. I'm not. Which one would be active at that point? It'd be the one firing, right? So you'd still take 1.
Yes.
So
Yes.
1 one superficial. But so it just grazed, no big deal. So then what was your attack?
Switching to Brawl.
Yep. And then Joe, are you firing again?
Joe's firing again, yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and make that roll. Alistair, are you firing again?
No, I'm gonna grab Sylvie and then start leading her to have her look for the books.
Okay. You won't resist.
I got 4.
And you are firing at the one you shot last time?
Yes.
What's yours then?
4.
Okay. So that one is not looking good. So the one that Hush was going after, he will kind of throw his hands up and please don't kill me. And the other one just snarls at him and then tries to shoot at Zep again. So we'll start the next round.
Okay. Hush will just kind of take a knee on, I assume, the chest. I don't know if they're laying down or whatever.
Yeah, you could have.
But
he's not going to resist, so.
yeah, kind of give him a half shove and try to get him to fall down as he chucks the larger of the 2 knives at the other person.
Okay. So who's shooting?
Joe will.
Okay.
That is 3 successes.
Okay. So you... Yeah, they, fall forward. Similarly to the other one. And the other one just kind of seems very scared.
So, I just got the killing shot on a kindred.
At least torpor. Kindred don't often fall directly into full death unless they do a massive amount of damage, but you had just enough to knock them into torpor. But not that you guys know that unless you're checking.
Yeah. I'm turning to I'm just going to call them the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Good news.
What's
not
that?
going to die. You're not going to die, and you're gonna. Or they kind of stop and look like again tonight. Bad news, you're coming with us.
What are you going to do to me?
Depends on what you do. I used to make people like you that made me mad really regret their lives. I feel like being nice right now. Now, you four, grab your books and let's go.
Sylvia's already digging through shelves and putting stuff on the table. And there are other things to be found here other than just books. So things can be grabbed.
Alistair's grab all the books and anything else that seems interesting.
Yep.
Joe will just start grabbing as well.
Okay. You can either give me intelligence or wits and occult or awareness if you want to try to figure out what looks the most either expensive or the most intriguing. If you're just grabbing whatever, just go ahead and give me Dex and Athletics.
Okay, I'm gonna go wits and occult then.
Okay.
I want to arouse the blood to increase my wits.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that check.
I don't get hungrier.
Okay.
That adds just 2 dice to it.
Correct.
We'll say that Hush will kind of look around for something that looks nice and expensive.
Okay.
Nice decorative item for a friend.
Sure. Go ahead and give me wits and awareness or occult. Or intelligence.
That's 2.
You find something that looks expensive.
1 set of crits and then 2 successes.
5, 6. Okay. So you find some nice stuff to throw in with the pile.
Joe got 3.
Okay. You find stuff to throw into the pile too. Alistair, did you roll? What did you roll?
Wits and awareness.
Okay. So what you have looks expensive. You're not sure what the occult value is, but you're grabbing things that look expensive.
What else would a Toreador do?
Right. So what is Zep and Hush doing?
Zep got 1 on wits and awareness.
Hush is just babysitting for right now.
Okay. So Zep has started to just go
1
look.
success.
1. You grab some stuff. You're not sure what the value is, but you grab some stuff. And so you guys are just kind of making this pile. No one else has been coming down into the place yet. So everything seems to be okay.
Do I still see that ghost anywhere, or did he just completely disappear on us?
It is hovering near Hush. It doesn't look hostile. It's just kind of it just looks like it could be staring.
And speaking to ghosts is its own completely separate ability.
You can talk to it. You probably won't really hear a response. You don't know if it'll hear you or not. You don't have the powers of oblivion, so you don't know too much about it. You can just see it.
Okay. I would point out to the group that the ghost kind of just is hovering at Hush and what looks like staring at him.
It's not on top of him. It is a little bit away, but it is just near him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Near Hush and the other Kinder that he is babysitting currently. So we're going to have another round of rolls.
I'm still doing wits and awareness.
That's fine. I'll allow you to keep your 2 dice. Ooh, go Sylvie.
That's another 3 on wits and occult.
Okay. You guys are pulling some good stuff.
I've only got 2 on what's in awareness this time.
Okay, so you rolled 1 the first time, 2 the second time, 4, and then 6 crit. And then you rolled... What did Alistair roll the first time? I meant to write this down. It was 6?
It was
7?
a crit and 2 success. It was... For the first one, it was 6, and the second one is 7. Because I got a crit.
Cool. And then Joe had 4. And
3
then
and
what?
3.
3 and 3. 3 and 3. Okay. Just noting those down for that. Okay, so you guys have a good little haul going. Sylvie will pull out a couple bags and start loading things into the bags. It's just like the thick canvas bags that she had in a backpack. So she'll start loading them up. And you guys can help so things go a little bit smoother. You can toss in a couple more things, but things are starting to get, at least in this area, Sylvia doesn't seem to be overly paying attention to what's there now. So it does take a little bit. I'm not stalling at all for Dengle to come back.
I'm gonna ask Sylvie, is this everything you wanted? Or do we need to go in deeper?
I mean, the more we can get, the better, but I don't want to push things too far. I got the few specific things that were requested.
Okay.
Although there was...
It was what?
Yeah.
She'll kind of jog over to the set of doors that were there and kind of like push them open and look into them. And then she'll push it open farther. And it looks like a conference room, but there's a few books in there as well.
Oh, let's make it quick.
Hush. The ghost is kind of like near you and what looks like staring at you.
Does this belong to you? And he holds up the thing that they got.
Mm-hmm.
It said yeah. It nodded.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Who were you asking?
The ghost.
Oh, I thought you were asking the guy on the ground. The ghost doesn't pay you any mind to answer.
Oh, okay. No response, Hush.
Okay. Well, that's good.
While she's going to the conference room, can I look to see if there's like an exit at this level?
Yeah.
Wits and awareness?
Yes.
Do I keep my +2?
No, I'll say, because this is a little bit timed out. It's only technically for... Wait, were we doing that for a whole scene, or browses? I think we were doing that first. Oh yeah, so you would get it, I apologize.
Four.
Okay. You don't really see too much in here. You can take some time to go look around perimeters or something like that. If you wish.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, so we'll get back to you in a few minutes. There was nothing at first glance. Sylvia comes back out with another book. Of kind of gives Hush a look and just like, yes, I found it type of thing. And then she'll go add it to the pile in the bags. What would everyone else like to do?
Joe's just gonna keep watch, make sure we're not surprised upon should someone come investigating the multitude of gunshots that just echoed throughout the place.
Okay. So you can give me that roll.
Or
Okay. What is Zep doing?
Zep would have went into the conference room with Sylvie to help her look around.
Okay. So yeah, you can exit with her unless you'd like to stay in longer.
Zep would actually check in there for the any exits as well.
Okay. So you
What's
can
honest?
look.
Just one.
Don't see anything.
I'll make his way to the others once that's done.
Okay. So Alistair, you don't see anything in here. So, unfortunately.
Okay, we're gonna need to find either we're gonna go out the way we came or find another way out.
There's no way out here. This seems like such a horrible idea.
I looked, but couldn't find anything.
The Tremere.
hey, hush. Does the kid know another way in or out?
Well, do you?
I just came down here with the rest of the pack.
And he came in from up top.
Mm-hmm.
If you're lying to me, I'm going to remove your fingers.
Definitely not lying.
Okay, well, let's head upstairs then.
You should have them up front in case we run into people.
Oh, that was the idea. I promise.
So do you let the guy out?
Yep. Leading him up with a hand on his back, grabbing his shirt.
Okay. He's looking a little injured, but he can walk.
Isn't there another one in torpor?
You don't know if he's dead or in torpor. No one checked on him.
Zep is actually going to finish him off on the way out.
Okay. But he is fully and truly expired at this point. So, there's a couple of bags for people to grab, so there's things for you to carry.
Zep will grab what he can.
Yeah.
So I assume each of you grab one. And then Sylvie will grab the one that she put a few specific things in. And then Hush is leading the kid out. And he's not fighting. He's just like, I just want this to be done.
I'm waving bye to the ghost.
It's actually following.
I don't say anything. I kind of just watch it.
Yep. It's not straying too far from Hush and the kindred. But you guys get to the stairwell. And he just kind of looks at the smeared mostly clean stain and was like, oh, I guess that's what happened with crafts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well, just me now.
Yeah. But it's okay. Because you're going with us and you won't have to deal with this anymore.
Still a cast find me.
I don't think you have to worry about that.
You say so. Please start heading up. You give me wits and awareness.
Is this the same scene, or are we on to a different one now?
No, we're in the same one.
3.
Okay.
6.
You hear the faintest sound of an echoing pop. Another gunshot, but it's nowhere near you. You barely catch it.
I will warn us, as I could just barely hear it, but they're going off up there.
Uh-huh.
So, kid, I don't really care what your name is right now. Did you come in from all the way up top or somewhere halfway down? Or
We came in from the side. One of the side doors.
okay, show me exactly where that is, please.
Mm-hmm. And he'll lead you, and it's actually not. So you guys get up, you get out of you exit the hallway, and the one room that Joe had heard 2 people talking in, the door is open, and it's. What's everyone's hunger?
2.
1.
2.
Okay. You're all a little glad you're not any hungrier. There is just everywhere. It's very messy. No one living in that room. Same for the one that Hush heard someone in, and that door has been kicked open as well. And it's a computer room. Looks like it's got security in there. And same thing, there is just smeared everywhere. Potentially looks like Kraft had some fun before coming down.
Is the ghost reacting to...
Uh-oh. Well, good news, we're almost out.
Sorry about that. What were you? Can you repeat what you were saying?
Is the ghost doing anything other than just following?
Nope, just following.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be aggressive or anything. So you guys get to the door. And well, shit. I don't suppose any of you have a human or anything.
Nope.
Kind of learn the hard way.
Make the kid do it.
Yeah. You're okay for the most part. Go ahead and open the door.
Really?
Just do it real fast and it won't hurt that bad.
You will if I have to hold it open.
Then kick it. It'll
Not
slam
gonna
open. Everybody runs through.
He really does not want to do this.
Wait, can I run back down to the room, like one of the rooms, and like get a body?
You can get pieces.
I hand the kid some arms.
What is this supposed to do?
You're not directly touched.
It's insulation.
It's still gonna do it. Don't you know how this works?
No.
I mean, our other option is go to the bottom of the stairs, grab your craft friend, and just throw them into it.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Zep,
All right.
you seem strong.
How did you know Zep had 4 strength?
Alistair's tying the hand to his waist like an accessory.
Gross.
Hey.
That might be a bit much, but whatever.
I'm gonna have it casted in metal. It's gonna look great.
You can't.
I thought we were twisted.
God, no kidding.
All right, Zep. So you run down. It takes you a little bit to get down there and back up. The spirit, ghost, whatever it is, it's not staying directly in place. It's like hovering around and like phasing in and out of the walls, but it's still there.
I'm gonna like look at the ghost and try to get its attention.
Not really paying attention to you. It is
Okay.
staring at Hush or the other kindred.
Hey, kid.
Hmm?
You have anything to do with the ghost?
Oh, yeah.
Care to explain?
I'm Hekata.
There we go. You're actually useful. I'm gonna keep you around.
What?
Yeah, you work for me now. That's actually a good thing, I promise you.
I don't know. You threatened to cut off my fingers.
Right, but if you work for me and you actually do what I ask, I'm not going to do that, and then you get to do fun things.
You know, somehow I doubt it's going to be better or worse than the sabbat. Sure. Don't care.
Congratulations, Hush. You adopted a minion.
I'll have a lot of them.
Oh,
Who's
excuse
that?
me. Another minion.
Zep, you get up there about that time.
All right, so
So who's helping me with the battering ram?
The Hakata kid is.
So here's the thing. You can't touch it even with things.
right. So hand me our gangrel friend, and I will open the door. And then it will
Gangrel?
just-
She's not Gangrel.
whatever. I don't care at this point. I will open the door with her, prop her, use her as a doorstop, and everybody will run through. Okay?
It's good.
All of you give me intelligence and occult.
Yeah, I got one.
Is it possible for me to even make this roll? I have 1 dot in intelligence.
No, don't worry. So I got 2.
I got all of 1.
You better hope this kid rolls good.
He's Sakata. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
now
that
we'll
works.
F around and
That
find
works.
out.
He's like, I'm not really an expert on blood sorcery, but even if you touch it with something, it's still gonna hurt you. We can't literally touch it at all.
I understand this, but smack open, it pops open, throw her, and then run through.
Yeah, just as long as you're prepared for that shock.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm largely unhurt. All of this blood, it's not mine.
You're terrifying. Okay.
I got paid to kill people a long time ago.
Sure. I worked in a morgue.
That makes sense given everything.
I'm sure you probably saw my handiwork at least once or twice. Anyway.
All right, so go ahead. Are you throwing this to attempt to open it, or are you just literally touching it with the?
Basically, how does the door open first and foremost?
So it does open outwards, and it's one of those like kind of emergency doors. It looks like an emergency door where you have to push the thing to.
So it's push bar?
Yeah.
Okay. So literally going to hold her in front of him and like ram her into it and swing it open and just like drop her like, yeah.
All right.
Willing to take damage for it.
You will. We'll say it's just a point of damage because that's all that Zep took too. But it is aggravated damage. And you can... I'm not going to make you roll for it. It just happens.
Okay.
So yeah, the door isn't propped open super far, but it's enough that you can get through without too many difficulty as long as you pass the bags through.
And that's what Hush will take his time and all their time doing.
Yep. Everyone give me another wits and awareness as you're exiting this door.
One.
3.
Same scene.
8.
You hear another pop off in the direction opposite of where you came from.
If we go the way we came in, we should be fine. The gun's coming from the other direction.
Oh, it must be the other pack that's supposed to be here.
That's what Kraft thought when we met her. That's what Kraft thought we were when we met her.
Yeah, there was supposed to be another one coming. We got here before them. Let's go.
Lead the way.
There was still a couple Tremere here that we passed, so we should get going.
Yeah. And we'll help the kid through.
Yeah. So all of you are out of the door. Are you just making a break for it, or are you trying to stay quiet?
At this point, I vote just make a break for it, but that's me personally.
Yeah, let's just make a break for it.
Break for it.
If they're running, I guess that's the option.
Yep. So before you start running, the kid kind of looks at the ghost and just kind of tilts his head, and the ghost actually starts going off in the direction you're going. So you have a lookout now.
This kid's useful already. He sent the ghost ahead of us.
I think it's still really weird that aside from the kid, you're the only one that can see him.
In life, I could kind of see stuff like this.
Oh, you too? As you're starting to run. So you guys...
I modeled suits for actually for funeral services, so that people could know what it looked like on their family.
Weird. You guys take off. You hit the exit. The car is waiting for you still. And the guy's like nervously tapping on the wheel as you all pile in. So you make it to the vehicle. Hush, I'm assuming, kind of shoves the kid in. Gets in him herself. Slams door closed, and the car takes off. Like, whoever is not immediately sitting down is probably jostled quite a bit.
We did it.
Did we?
And so he was like, well, we got everything, and no one really saw us.
No one that lived.
Right.
No one that mattered.
Uh-huh.
Plus, the other pack is going to just take the fall for it.
That was really the point of doing it tonight.
Oh, I say this while staring at the Hakata kid.
He's just kind of like shrinking in on himself. It's like, oh god, what did I get myself into?
We'll get you your name later. For now, don't worry about them.
I just want a different name.
I can make that happen.
Well, they just called me Corpse, and it was not... I didn't like it.
Yeah, they tend to do that.
No, we'll not call you that.
Wait, does that mean Craft was called Craft because of something she can do?
Good. Yeah, the door probably killed her. This is Mitzi.
That explains the face.
She couldn't do that, but the one who made her could.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I don't like the music. They're scary.
Is there anybody more scary to you?
Probably a lot of people. Like, I really don't want to deal with Cassidy right now. She's a bruja. I might not make it out of that one.
Are there any other clans that are more scary to you?
I just don't want to deal with anyone.
Okay. Oh. Like I said, good news, you work for me now. And I'm not going to bond you.
Good. They had a hard time doing that to me. Yeah, they had a hard time. Why I'm not fighting.
Wow, you got a good one, Hush.
Yeah. Ones like him are useful. Now, I need Hush will turn to everyone else and linger a little bit longer on Alistair. And gonna actually use Unerring Pursuit on Alistair specifically.
What does that one do? I don't remember.
What do I
don't
roll?
do anything. I don't do anything. And I do get hungrier, which is fun. Also going to rouse for resolve, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
That one's fine. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2. So I need a difficulty 3. For anything past 3, I get to know exactly what Alistair does anytime I look into a reflective surface for the next however many nights.
Yeah.
What, so you're just gonna like spy on me?
Yes.
Alistair doesn't know, but that is what the power does.
Oh.
And I will use my last point of willpower to
Okay.
reroll. I got 3. So
Okay,
at least
so
one night.
yeah, you can get it for one night. Seeing as the night is almost over, it would extend to the end of the next night.
Yep.
Okay, so that happened. The van seems to be taking roundabout ways, and it's been stopped by some traffic, and you guys can hear sirens and stuff happening. No one is stopping the van itself, but there is a lot of commotion going on around there.
I assume that is your friends doing. Former friends.
Not my friends, but yeah, I didn't really get told very much, but I gathered that Cassidy had a lot planned for tonight.
Okay. Well, let's get going. Do we actually know the driver's name?
You would. It's Eric.
Okay. Eric, if we can please hurry up. Try to avoid the roadblocks.
I'm trying. They are everywhere right now.
Yeah. Figured as much. Also,
Still
Sylvia,
got a few
good
hours
job.
left.
Yeah. Also, Sylvia, good job. You didn't do too bad.
Good. Good.
Am I going to be invited on the next outing, Hush?
We'll see.
Is there anything else you guys would like to talk about, question, or do anything? If not, we can begin to wrap this up. I know it's getting late. So, it does take a little bit, but you guys make it back. You're all given your money, kind of debriefed a little bit. By a woman you didn't really see before, but it's fine. Just not asking too many questions, not giving too many answers, just making sure things are okay. And that will wrap up this one shot. So we'll have a post games after this for a little bit at least. But thank you for joining us. For our announcements, check out our website, TPKrit.com. You can get updates and find all sorts of stuff, find our links for everything. You can find a link to our Patreon if you can. That'd be fantastic. If not, we understand. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that. It helps support us, helps get us known, helps, spread the word. There's a link for Dice Legion on there. You can use that as a discount for some dice. They have some really cool stuff. It's been a minute since I looked at their website, but they have really good dice that we've used. Everything should be back on track normally. We will be doing NCC next Thursday, Atlanta following Saturday, and back to Detroit on Tuesday for our normal scheduled stuff.
Yes. On the 13th, we are not going to be doing NCC. There is something that I am going to be going to do that is taking up that evening.
We'll potentially be doing either a one-shot or a chat night, which we have done before. So who knows what we'll end up doing, but we will probably be doing something.
So that is the only disruption that I know of.
Yep. Sounds good to me. I don't think I missed too much of anything.
I think that's pretty much everything.
All right. So if you guys want to stick around, feel free. There are potentially spoilers ahead where we do our post-games talk, so listen at your own risk. I will be right back. So, there. Still going.
Where's no one died tonight?
No. We're not sure of that now.
What do you mean?
It depends on exactly what happens with Alistair in the next 24 hours as to whether or not somebody has died.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because lots of blood around from Alistair.
I mean, not much of it was mine.
Right, but it's still one of those things that they're Tremere. They can do shit. So if Tremere show up and then Alistair says something, okay, cool, Alistair is no longer going to be there.
That explains why you did that. Okay.
Yes. So how did you all like Hush as an actual player?
It's interesting.
That was fun.
What I miss?
Cool to see him do his thing.
They are a bit different when they get into business mode.
It was very fun seeing Hush do stuff. And you have a pet Hikata now.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. We'll discuss that after.
Yeah. There are going to be plans for said Hakata, but probably nothing that particularly comes up in any games.
Okay. Interesting. Any questions for me?
If I do join Detroit, could I keep Alistair?
What's Hush's plans for Alistair?
It depends on if the Tremere come looking for them. Well,
So the shots that you heard fired off at the end, there was Uriel. So that other pack hit, and then basically immediately as you guys left, the others came in herding a bunch of Tremere down into there, and that's when they locked them in the room.
okay. But yeah, as long as the Tremere do not come after Alistair, because Alistair has left Vitae enough to do things.
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
Should be fine. But yeah, you could do Alistair.
I don't know, I just had fun in considering I wasn't thinking about playing Alistair.
That's,
and I was just
well, hang on. Nenavar, you are playing a Toreador. So I will leave that decision up to you if you are okay with someone else playing a Toreador.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Then yeah, you can do Alistair.
because I was just like throwing random facts throughout this house because I was like, oh, I don't think I'll play this character again. And then I was like, but I want to now.
I mean, I'm sure we'd all be happy to have you in Detroit. It'll be interesting to have a Toreador who's not connected to Charlotte.
Will she want to change that?
Probably. But it also depends on kind of who gets to him first. If it's Rufus, she's not going to challenge that.
Fine.
Yeah, she has a respect for Rufus at this point where she wouldn't try to interfere with that overtly and that quickly if she chooses to.
Because I like the
Honestly, it would be one of those under my domain. However, if you see to it that you need to use them, by all means.
Yeah.
It is a clan-based structure. It's not a domain-based structure.
Yeah, so the domain leaders are Autarchus, but they're also very clan-based things. So it's like a half and half type thing.
Yeah. I just liked playing this more like morbid Toreador.
Yeah, it was pretty out there. So yeah, you could potentially make some deals to learn some stuff.
Yeah.
depending on what routes you want to go.
I mean, and I think this is just a theme with all the characters I have for VTM games at the moment. Oblivion seems to be a power I use a lot. Because Del is a Lasombra with Oblivion. And then for the other game that Dengle and I are in, I'm a Malkavian who has Oblivion.
Right, I'm not talking about Oblivion.
Oh.
I'm talking more like Sharp.
I don't know much about Sharp.
Oh, I thought they knew. I'm sorry.
No, partially because they actually doesn't have Protean, so no vicissitude and flesh crafting. However, it has been alluded to their sire is a Volgear.
Yeah, I apologize about that. You can make deals. There is people in Kat's domain, and there's also one person in Charlotte's domain that you could potentially trade to learn that from.
Then a Volgear is basically just a sabbat-centered Toreador that knows flesh crafting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You seem to lean a little bit on the morbid side of things, so you don't have to be sabbat aligned to learn it. You just have to learn those specific disciplines.
Yeah.
Charlotte's route would be easier to bargain for, but Kat's, you could probably learn it better. Or not better, but like quote unquote faster with less tutelage.
Yeah.
Since they are legitimately Tzimisce.
Yep, and Rufus has a very, very good friend that, well, quote unquote friend, that that's what they do.
Yep. I'm not saying you have to go that route. I'm just saying there is the possibility of pretty easily going that direction.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
So basically, when you learn out of clan disciplines in a game, you have to drink Vitae that knows those disciplines and spend the experience on it.
Yeah, I knew that much mechanic and lore-wise.
Right. I feel like it's pretty often hand-waved for Sabbat because they have to do the whole Valdery thing.
Yeah.
And that's why when Sharp learns it, yeah.
Yep, and all Tori's random things that she knows, too.
Yep.
I didn't even get to use Luck of the Devil this game.
You did not.
Fine.
But that will be interesting to see. Also, Dengle, I wanted to ask you about that. Can you read off Luck of the Devil for me?
Yep. 1 second, let me go to it.
It's very unspecified as to what it means, and I would like to make sure we treat it the same.
Once per session, when misfortune occurs, it can be redirected towards someone close to them for the victim to take the fall.
It doesn't specify what misfortune means.
So that would be like a failed roll that is like you're about to get shot.
Right.
Redirect that. That would be the easy way to put it.
That, but I thinking it could redirect messy criticals, but not bestial failures.
Like make somebody else's compulsion come out?
Instead of your own.
That one might be a bit of a stretch to do.
I mean, the whole merit is a stretch.
Right.
Like, obviously, the regular rolls, that's easy to rule over. But, like, messies and bestials.
Yeah, so the messy crit, I would leave unchanged because it's mostly a success. It's mostly a good thing. The negative parts come from the compulsion. The bestial, I would actually say, would be able to be directed onto somebody else as far as blame is concerned. However, they would still suffer compulsion, still suffer the consequence of, because a bestial failure, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a actual failure, depending on exactly what it is. It could be you succeed in a spectacularly bad fashion that you don't have control over.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be very situational. If it's just overall bad, you could use that to make somebody else's day be screwed up. Or if it's a success by proxy, it would be shift blame to somebody else as to why it was a bad success.
Okay.
It just seemed like a cool thing to pick.
No, it is.
It would be fun to see on like a Malkavian or a Ravnos.
I mean, if I do go more dark Tremere, it could be fun. I mean, not Tremere,
Yep.
Toreador.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we could talk about that if you choose to run Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I need to pop off here because I do have to go to work tomorrow. So I'll see you guys Thursday.
See you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
We kind of got off into a tangent. Was there any other questions about the game tonight specifically?
These books were mostly for who we discussed before, right?
Yeah.
That last book might not have necessarily been for that person.
Yeah,
Might have
so
been for
there's
somebody else.
I actually wrote down the roles so we can go over those. Like I wrote down everyone's roles so we can kind of go over that after or later. Some of them are going to go up on like an auction thing. Some of them can go to someone else for an auction. But there was a couple that were for this ministry base, and then there can be some for the others. There was a good amount rolled because there was 2 or 3 crits rolled. I did 2 rounds of checks.
Yeah.
It also helped that because I had my wits up,
Yep.
It gave me 5 dice and just wits alone.
Yeah. 2, 1, 4, 6 a crit. 6 I think was another crit. 7 crit. 3 and then 3. So there was some real good rolls.
And that's without me rolling.
Yes.
Which I only had 4 dice to roll on those, so it didn't really matter.
Well,
but
yeah, Hush was otherwise preoccupied, but between everyone else, like there was some really good rolls made.
Yeah.
Holy crap. When a clan compulsion and bang comes in, that hurts.
Oh, Toreador problems are my favorite. They are hilarious.
yeah.
They had one with William once where they actually had to take a picture off the wall and lead him out the house.
Yeah, so I believe that William still has that in his apartment as well.
He does.
Yep.
So my personal favorites is I like the Ravnos one, the Daredevil. You just gotta send it. Screw it. Send it. The Ministry one's fun.
It's crazy.
Basically, you have to either corrupt yourself or corrupt somebody else, causing a stain to get it the -2 off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sylvia's was don't disgrace religious property.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one was I'm sorry, I don't have them in front of me, but it was basically like, be kind to those less fortunate than you. Or like you uphold their honor or something like that. I forget exactly how I wrote it, but it was basically be nice to the people who have no money. Or take their sins or something like that. It was... So,
which for Setite is problematic.
Yeah, and neither one of those could really be broken there unless someone went off and like ruined that mock cathedral.
Yeah. I mean, that was my plan, was to like try to break some of the stained glass windows if we needed a way out.
Definitely probably could have incurred a stain at that point.
However, she could also have tried to make other people break their convictions as well.
She could have. She was more concerned with finishing things, though, without causing too many problems, because she didn't want consequences of not succeeding.
Yep. I wonder who would have dealt those consequences.
Yeah, so she was rolling the -2 dice that whole time.
And it sucks, because it doesn't say at the end of the scene either.
No, it does not.
I don't think Toreador's does either.
Theirs is when they exit
the
the area.
Oh.
Yeah.
When whatever catches their obsession is out of their line of sight.
Oh, so they have real shit object permanence.
Pretty much. Yes. Which is why it broke when you exited that area, but why you were enraptured when you were in that hallway. Yeah. Which, actually, that hallway is real. The DIA has that. It's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been in there. It's really freaking cool.
I think most clan compulsions have a specific set time that they end.
Yeah.
Ministries doesn't. Which is a problem.
I wonder if the rewrite fixed that. The player's guide? And I'll have to look it up later, but I'm wondering if it fixed it.
I don't think the ministry's in the player's guide rewrite.
Oh, you know what? That's true, because I looked it up on Paradox Wiki when I looked it up. So yeah, no, it does not have a... Maybe. Comparatively, I think they have one of the roughest ones because of that.
Yeah, I would say at the end of the night, it goes away.
Yeah.
If you ride it out until the end of the night, good on you, first and foremost. But yeah, no, you don't want me to play a ministry. I will do everything in my power to screw all of you over. Which I actually do have to do a humanity roll for them.
Yeah.
Also, I love the excitement on your face when I got that messy critical and the compulsion started, Dengle.
How was it being on the other end of that, then?
That was funny.
I was kind of tempted to pull up like facts about like actual Gothic architecture to like really play into it.
I mean, I did a little bit. So arches, I took art history and I loved the cathedral section. So like when arches are made, they're stacked, and then basically the key placement is the keystone. So that was actually real, and that's what holds up the arch. And they're pointed arches for medieval architecture.
I had a class back when I was in college. It was a architecture class, ironically enough. And we would recreate certain architecture things in Minecraft.
Oh, weird. Okay.
And our like final assignment was to recreate a stave church, like almost to scale.
Wow. So
that's a bit much.
We are still streaming right now. We're getting a little late on here. Is there anything about the games that you would like to discuss, or shall we take this off of stream now?
Player's guide does not change the transgression compulsion.
Yeah, the Paradox Wiki would have the most up-to-date one. That's why I said what I did. But thank you for checking.
No, I'm good personally.
Okay.
I knew a lot about it coming in, so
And I knew very little.
Everyone else did. He only knew because Hush has already got a connection with the Ministry.
Yeah.
and really Hush was the one that organized all of it, except for getting the people together.
Yes.
Which they almost were like, where the hell did you find these people?
It wasn't actually Sylvia who did it. It was the other woman who got everyone together.
Yeah.
But Sylvia by proxy, which is going to be so much fun if Uriel and Rufus find out about this. Also, if you do play Alistair, don't let Uriel find out about tonight.
Oh.
Uriel
Why?
is
What-
a Tremere whose solo game took place during this night. In
the same
this,
location.
yes. Like, it was, you guys are passing each other pretty much.
Oh, that makes
Those-
it all the better. I
those
actually heard the gunshots.
Yes. Yep. Yes, Uriel triggered a flaw when she did that, when they did that, and deafened themselves, which was why there was so long of a distance in there. And then they did fire again, like 30, 45 minutes later. And had you guys gone in the hallway again, you would have seen the Malkavian and Uriel.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wow, this really does want me have me take Alistair into like main Detroit now.
So yeah, that was part of the fun, and that's why Button started cracking up when Alistair heard the shot.
Oh.
She realized. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, guys. Hope you had fun with this. Come catch us Thursday.
It'll be